Hello, my dear friend. This is Moto the Magical Mapshifter, welcoming you to my very first Spore drop. I'm very grateful you're here with me, and I look forward to guiding you on a magical adventure ahead. This is my avatar. You can find it on Twitter, Discord, Telegram, and most other networks. If you ever want to reach me, just point your browser to motodave.com and you'll find myriad ways to connect. But right now is not a convenient time. You're on your way to market to sell the family cow so you and your mother can eat tonight. She would be very disappointed if you were waylaid. But somewhere on the internet, there's a big button practically screaming, "Mint me." If you press that button, you'll mint yourself a magic spore. So, you have a choice to make. Mint a magic spore, or take your cow to market. Let's see what's ahead if you continue on your way with your cow. A cow is the very embodiment of exploitation, coercion, oppression, and domination. Taking your cow to market and selling it for a handful of fiat will only keep you locked in the brutal economic cycles of work, career advancement, competition, validation, joylessness, and death. Web 2 finally showed us the truth of civilization, that you're the cow. Or, to mix the bovine and rodential metaphor systems, you're the rat in the maze, the mouse in the trap, the hamster on the wheel. The big centralized platforms keep you on the hamster wheel of invisible and pervasive competitive algorithms that pump you full of digital hormones, antibiotics, and feed, so that the faster you go and the more progress you make, the more they extract from you in time, attention, creativity, and money. But that's all you've ever known. Let me guide you a little ways down the other path. The path that will open to you if you take the valiant leap off the hamster wheel of civilization and trade in your cow for a magic spore. While you may not realize it yet, you will have to surrender your sacred cow to follow the path illuminated by the magic spores. The magic spore is your portal to Mapshifting, the self-sovereignty game. Self-sovereignty is the embodiment of wisdom, honor, power, and love. The artwork in this trunk has remained dormant for the past 15 years. Recently I opened it and placed the artwork around my home. The first to emerge was Scout, then Breath, and after unpacking over 100 beautiful works by a Lakota artist, I found the magic spore. I activated these artworks in ceremony and released them onto the Solana blockchain, where they will serve you as liminal guides for your Nightseed journey between worlds. Some will spawn thousands of unique beings, others only a few. This is Wave, Scout, Shade, Moon, Quest, Crown, Dream, Breath, and Morph. Each will have unique, extraordinary powers to aid you on your creative quest, but it all begins with the magic spore. One of the amazing qualities of the magic spore is that you have to be holding a spore in your wallet to mint a new one. So right now, during this spore drop, you can only get one here, for free, from me. Later, you'll be able to trade them, or beg your friends for one, but you may as well start here while I'm giving them away. You might be wondering why you would mint one if you're already holding one. Here's the answer. Royalty distribution. When a new spore is minted, instead of all the funds going to the creator, which would be me, the newly minted spore will relay half of the minting price to the holder of the grandparent spore, which could be you. But in this case, it's Emily. Today, at the time of this recording, one soul is worth about $100. So that would be $50 sent to the holder of the grandparent spore. Let's see how this plays out. Emily is holding Spore 1 when she mints Spore 2 and sends it to Nicole. The moment Nicole mints Spore 3, a half sol appears in the Solana wallet holding Spore 1, which is Emily's wallet. Nicole then sends Spore 3 to Mark, and no matter how far it travels, it will remember for all time that Spore 1 is their grandparent. Since Emily just saw $50 in sol magically enter her wallet, she decides to mint a couple more and send them to Roberto and Tahira. Roberto mints 3, and Tahira mints 5. Each time a grandchild of her spore is minted, Emily receives 50% of the minting fee as a royalty. So with 9 grandchildren, Emily has received about 4.5 sol, which is $450. She paid $300 to mint the 3 spores she gave away, so she's up $150 at this point. Whenever a spore is traded, the holder of the grandparent spore receives 15% of the trade. So when Mark trades his spore to Lauren for 20 sol, Emily magically receives 3 sol, which is worth $300 today, into her wallet without even knowing that the trade was taking place. The next point should have you pausing the video and reaching for either the Sporedrop button or the minting button. When a new spore is minted, the parent spore is the oldest spore present in the wallet at the time of minting. Here, Lauren is holding the spore she received from Roberto and the spore she bought from Mark when she mints a new spore. Because the one from Mark is older, as indicated by the lower serial number, the royalties flow up to Nicole instead of to Roberto. This means Nicole has effectively hijacked the royalty stream from Roberto. You'll see later on just how significant this can become. I'm going to be sending our magic spores in the order I receive Sporedrop requests. So the faster you get me your Solana wallet address, the quicker I can Sporedrop you. Every moment you wait means a higher number, or it could mean that other people have already minted the spores, so I won't have any to send you at all. If you already have a magic spore, go ahead and start hitting that mint button now. Here's the guidance offered by the magic spore. The more you give away, the more you receive. So if a magic spore does land in your wallet, get minting and start giving right away. Mood Ring will be the next liminal guide released. When it is, the royalties will be shared with the holder of both the grandparent and the great-grandparent of the oldest spore present when the ring is minted. If the holder of a spore is also holding a ring, then the holder will receive a significant bonus royalty that will vary according to the attributes of the 2 rings. The rings will introduce both the celestial guides, as seen here inside the ring, and the clarity guides arranged outside the ring. The celestial guides are solar, lunar, and stellar. The clarity guides are health, wealth, wisdom, love, life, beauty, freedom, and mirth. Mood rings offer this guidance: honor your ancestors, nourish your spawn. Let's take a look at Seer Stone, the 3rd liminal guide to be released. Each Seer Stone features a unique arrangement of authority guides. The authority guides are political, corporate, religious, financial, academic, and media. Seer Stones interpret messages coming through the mood rings from the other side. When a seer is minted, it connects with 4 ancestor rings along the lineage of the oldest spore present at minting. The minting royalties are shared with the holders of the 4 ancestor rings. When Susan mints a Seer Stone, she will bring 88 sol, or $8,800, into the ecosystem. Seer Stones aren't just rare, They're an essential element of gameplay for all participants, not just the holder. When others query Susan Searstone, she'll receive both royalties and new NFTs, which are also shared throughout the network according to the kinship systems established by the Magic Spore. Susan will also have a unique vantage point and visibility into the full dynamics of the ecosystem. Howard isn't holding a ring, so he won't receive any of the royalties from the Searstone minting. Tahira is holding the nearest ring, according to the Spore lineage, so she receives 20% of the minting price, or 17.6 Sol. Emily, as the next generation ring bearer, receives 13.2 Sol. Emily receives royalties from the minting of 3 different Searstones. She doesn't know any of the minters and has never had contact with them before. Her ring will serve as part of the oracle queried by each of these Searstones, so she will be connected to them throughout the network established by the Spores. Tahira doesn't know Susan either, but she does know Mayan, who mints a Searstone. And when Lauren mints one, the royalties again flow to Emily and Nicole instead of their mutual friend Roberto, because of the earlier Spore trade. As new guides are introduced and gameplay deepens, the original distribution of magic spores plays an ever more significant role. Only the economics of the first 3 liminal guides will be revealed in advance. After that, the web of relationships will become ever more complex, and the economics will become an integral facet of the gameplay, providing resources to fuel your quest for self-sovereignty. Each choice you make, to mint, trade, or to query the oracle for insights, will carry ever more weight, not just for you, but for every one of the connections you establish through minting, gifting, and trading spores. Mapshifting is not a strategy game, not an RPG, not action or adventure. It's not really a game at all. It's an ecosystem for metacognitive experiential co-creation, where you only gain power by losing control. That's the very nature of self-sovereignty. The map-shifting experience is enhanced and enriched by our mobile app, Scoby Social. Scoby is an audio-video centered Web3 ecosystem for creators and collectors. On one level, it's a lot like Twitter Spaces with video. But the people you meet, the experiences you share, and the teams you join are a direct result of the NFTs you're holding in your connected wallet. Creators can introduce, build on, or modify original Scoby filters, avatars, teams, tools, and experiences for holders of their NFTs. And we're going to be adding connections, integrations, and APIs to extend the audio-video experience to include virtual reality, augmented reality, and real-world experiences enhanced and enriched by digital tech. Right now, it's a fairly loose coupling between the app and the blockchain, and Mapshifting is the first integrated experience. We have some truly significant creators, entrepreneurs, professionals, and executives developing NFTs and experiences for Scoby. And if you're a creator, we hope you'll join us. To get started, just add your wallet address, also known as a public key, to your Scoby profile. If you're new to Solana, crypto, or NFTs, I recommend you get started with a Phantom Wallet Chrome plugin on your laptop or desktop browser. Then add a mobile wallet. Phantom is currently only available on iOS, so you can use Solflare if you're on Android. It's easy to copy your wallet address, mint NFTs, view your collection, and send and receive NFTs with Phantom. On our website, Scoby.one, you can see what other Scoby members have minted and connect with them on our app if you share their interests. Feel free to dox yourself, use a pseudonym, or remain anonymous. We'll be featuring powerful artists and creators. Once you receive your magic spore, you'll be able to mint more at Scoby.one. Right now, we're only sharing what's been minted on Scoby. But soon, you'll be able to share your whole collection or choose which NFTs you want to share. NFTs on Scoby that use our NFC spec will show the historic cash flows associated with the NFT, along with the trading price, so you can base your trades on royalty streams to the holder, not just momentum and sentiment. NFCs have significant intrinsic value. You can increase that value through your creativity and participation in the ecosystem, not just as a holder, staker, or trader. Everyone who mints 3 new magic spores and gives them away will receive a host of benefits. The first is membership in our DAO, the Cat Fawn Institute. Ronald Heifetz wrote, "The single biggest failure of leadership is to treat adaptive challenges as technical problems." We're facing many adaptive challenges, including social polarization, economic insecurity, and planetary ecosystem collapse. Many DAOs are also facing challenges of decision-making and governance methods. Most organizations look for technical solutions, but those only work on technical problems. Adaptive challenges require changes in attitudes, behaviors, and beliefs. Cat Fawn is a system and method for changing your attitudes, behaviors, and beliefs by reversing the post-hypnotic signals propagated by the mass market, and then you can activate your sovereign soul as your guide. Cat Fawn was first articulated by my friend and mentor 4 Arrows, a hypnotherapist, indigenous worldview scholar, and performance coach to world champion athletes. 4 Arrows offered me a perpetual royalty-free license to the body of work he developed over the course of 25 books and countless popular and scholarly articles. 4 Arrows and I have each been guided in our work together by dreams, visions, ceremony, and native medicine. Cat Fawn is a mnemonic for concentration, activated transformation. Fear, authority, words, nature. As an educator, 4 Arrows developed Cat Fawn to support worldview-oriented trance-based learning. I've expanded that with Mapshifting, a form of metacognitive experiential co-creation that produces digital medicine native to the metaverse. Another benefit of minting at least 3 new magic spores and giving them away is access to our monthly liquid launch events as either a creator or a collector. At the Solana Seattle Hacker House, a live auction raised 100 SOL from the sale of this artwork. At evening events, artists, developers, and collectors all got to hang out together and enjoy each other's company. I met some amazing artists who are also wonderful people, like Kid on the Phoenix, talented musicians and producers like Brandon Ray Thomas, and collectors like Aaron, a recovering lawyer who's also serving on the board of Monkey DAO. Each month, the entire Solana community will be invited to offer projects for our liquid launch events, where creators, entrepreneurs, collectors, and developers can rally support. Those who have minted at least 3 magic spores can promote their projects in our liquid launch. Behind all this is our set of smart contracts we call social crypto syndication, which we plan to offer to the Solana ecosystem as a protocol. Social crypto syndication provides a natural, organic economic basis for creativity, collaboration, and innovation that rewards all participants and continually nurtures the entire ecosystem. It's a fundamentally different model than the extractive, exploitive, oppressive, and coercive economics of Web 2 platforms, Web3 marketplaces, and our society as a whole. With social crypto syndication, creators can just create, and collectors can simply enjoy, collect, and trade. The key is a range of smart contracts that provide a royalty share between the creators and collectors on minting and trading. These are effectively distribution agreements between collectors and creators that reward the most passionate collectors for promoting a creator's projects. These smart contracts support 4 different specifications for non-fungible tokens on the Solana blockchain. Standard NFTs for collections of generative or one-of-one artwork. NFCs, non-fungible contracts, for building more complex arrangements between creators and collectors, such as those demonstrated in Mapshifting, the self-sovereignty game. NFPs, non-fungible persona, manage identity and signal to connections when identity changes. And NFDs, for membership in DAOs. Together, these smart contracts will provide a complete social framework for Web3, empowering creators and collectors to build community and enjoy their projects off the Web2 hamster wheel. Popular NFTs are created by amazing artists, but powerful art is just the beginning. Social crypto syndication can also support the distribution of books, fitness, wellness, and nutrition programs, fashion and beauty, comedy, podcasts, and entertainment, gaming. NFCs can embody contracts and subscriptions for individual and group consulting, training, mentoring, and coaching. They can support video distribution, technology startups and investing, including IDOs, crowdfunding, and security offerings. Music, sustainability, which includes everything from solar energy to hemp clothing to organizing local food sheds. And any type of consumer packaged good can be distributed through social crypto syndication. We want to encourage an explosion of direct commerce where creators, entrepreneurs, developers, professionals, executives, investors, and collectors all share in the benefits as the ecosystem grows. Matthew and I, as co-founders of Scoby, are up to this challenge. This is the 5th tech company I've founded out of a small town in West Virginia. I've seen some major successes and some very challenging learning experiences. Matt worked at Apple and Electronic Arts, as well as a number of startups in Silicon Valley. We're planning to open source all of our code, including the smart contracts, mobile app, and web apps, and we'll be introducing our entire technical and marketing teams from Venezuela, Brazil, Ukraine, Pakistan, South Korea, India, and the US. Matt and I are deeply grateful for your interest at this early stage in our endeavor. If you mint 3 spores and give them away, you will receive a Founder Stone, which will grant you ownership in all of our creative work, including Mapshifting, the self-sovereignty game. Thank you for being an important part of our launch, and I look forward to seeing you in Mapshifting, the self-sovereignty game, Scoby Social, our iOS and Android app, the Cat Fawn Institute DAO, our monthly liquid launch events, and in distributing your own works, or those of others, through social crypto syndication. So if you don't have a magic spore, just head to sporedrop.me and press the magenta button. If you do have a magic spore, point your browser to scoby.one, where you can mint more. Be sure to mint at least 3 and give those 3 away. Most importantly, keep the one you received from me or from your friend. After you mint, put this in a separate wallet for safekeeping. Remember, the more you give away, the more you'll receive. Let's create a whole new world together. Many thanks for joining me for this introduction to Mapshifting, and I look forward to seeing you on the other side. Moto the Magical Map Shifter, signing off.